Jacob Ross, film guy here. Movie trailers, huh? It's something we see everywhere. There was probably an ad for a trailer right when you clicked on this video. A good trailer can do many things. It can excite you for a new film while giving away absolutely none of the plot details. A lot of films also have multiple trailers, and each of them are almost over 3 minutes long. Is it better to show off all the best parts of your film in the trailer, or to leave you with just enough questions? One of the most interesting film campaigns I've seen recently is for an upcoming horror film called Longlegs. Along with these incredibly mysterious posters, the trailers have shown little to nothing about what the film is about. Produced by Neon, they released a few cryptic teaser trailers, and surprisingly, they didn't even say the title of the film or who was in it. They also just recently released a full trailer, and even that doesn't give away anything. So why does this trailer campaign feel so special? I want you to think for a moment. What was the last film you went in completely blind? I mean, you didn't look at any... You're destroying the set. I mean, you didn't look at any trailers, reviews, ads, nothing. You avoided all the marketing, and you walked into the theater and you didn't know what you were about to get into. If you haven't done this, that's okay. I feel like very few people actually do this. But if you have, you might agree that your experience watching that film was truly special. Either the movie ended up being fantastic, every twist, every turn was incredible, or each scene made you hate your life. Being able to see a small plot summary of a film No, not again. Being able to see a small summary of a film you're about to see is really cool, especially if it's a film you're really excited to see. But what happens when you watch the trailer and it gives away the whole film? That's not fun. I wanted to see the film when it came out, not summarized in 3 minutes. Nowadays, I tend to avoid most film trailers, just because of the fact that they tend to show way too much. But there are a lot more issues than just giving away your whole film. We'll come back to that. But for now, let's take a look at how a trailer can mislead. I think this can be both good and bad. Good, because a trailer can lead me a certain way into thinking about how a film will go, and then that film can completely subvert my expectations. Again, this could be good or bad. It's the way a film subverts your expectations without you feeling ripped off. If I wanted to see Wonka and it was advertised as a cutesy little origin story for Willy Wonka, I'm gonna think it's exactly that. But if Wonka ended up being a serial killer who murdered people to work his way up in the chocolate industry, I would feel ripped off, even though that sounds like a way better movie than what we got. I'm making chocolate, of course. It's crazy to think that there are trailers out there that have shot footage or lines specifically for the trailer, and that they are nowhere to be seen in the film. There's not a single film where this is more apparent than the 2006 remake of Black Christmas. It boggles my mind to say this, but a good majority of the footage in this trailer is not in the film. The frozen lake scene with the hand popping out, not in the film. The lawnmower death machine, not in the film. The girl falling off the roof tied up with Christmas lights, no, it's not in the film. That actress isn't even in the movie. It turns out that after a long period of tinkering with the movie's production, the Weinsteins called for an additional period of filming without the original director, Glenn Morgan, for some light reshoots for TV spots and other things. Then they used this time to create a raft of material that they just threw into the marketing that had zero relationship to the film at all. One misleading trailer that I actually fell for was for the A24 film, The Green Knight.
Are you ready?
Many, including myself, thought that the film was going to be a historical epic. However, the film ended up being a slow burn, philosophical mind bender, which I didn't mind at all, let me just say, rather than the historical epic that a lot of us were thinking it was going to be. Even though a lot of people felt like they were ripped off after seeing the film, I personally liked it so much more. When I left the theater that night, I didn't feel ripped off. I feel like my expectations just went in the wrong direction. And to have that, this is not the type of movie I was expecting reaction was really cool to experience. Going in with that original mindset, I left with a really cool experience rather than thinking, oh, that was exactly how I expected it to go. You picking up what I'm putting down? Another tragic misleading trailer was with sponge out of water.
The SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water.
Yeah. This film's almost entire marketing showed our classic SpongeBob characters, but in 3D, and getting into goofy antics in our own world. People saw this and loved the 3D renders out of their favorite characters, when in reality, this is only about 20 minutes of the movie. Like the last 20 minutes of the movie. Huh? Talk about misleading. Most of the actual film remained on the ocean floor in the classic 2D animation we're all familiar with. I mean, the movie's called Sponge Out of Water. Of course, people will think a large portion of the film will be outside of the water. When it comes to the Green Knight, I disagree with you, but with SpongeBob, I feel your pain. 3 minutes is a decently long amount of time. It's about as long as most of you stick around in my videos anyway. Is my content just a trailer to you? But anyway, why is it necessary for trailers to be over 3 minutes long? Unless your film is like 4 hours long, I don't want to see anything over a minute and a half. And another thing, why do we need multiple trailers for one film? I get that studios want to show off their film everywhere to as many people as possible, but it just feels so unnecessary. It's good to show a few money shots here and there, but when you show off everything before your film's release, that just lessens the experience of the people trying to go see these movies. I don't know how many times I've gone to see a movie and thought to myself, well, there's the trailer shot, or oh, there's the cool line from the trailer. I like to call it over-advertising. Because again, when you show everything in the trailer, how am I supposed to care about seeing the full film when I just saw the whole plot line in the trailer? At their best, trailers can be an excellent way of marketing your film. The best ones always show small glimpses of the film that make you ask questions. Questions that can only be answered by buying a ticket. Good trailers give me just enough information that leave me wanting more. My advice is to avoid watching trailers just to see if you would like the film. I think looking at a film's stills or maybe reading the description is probably better because you're not putting yourself at risk in seeing the best parts of the movie. That's just what trailers are. They're a compilation of the best parts of the film. Again, going back, reading the description of these films is probably more important because if you don't like the story or concept, how are you gonna enjoy the film? Thanks for listening to me yap about trailers for a few minutes. It's something I'm just very passionate about. And yeah, have a good day. See you later.